The purpose of this video is to show you how to unclog one of these filters. But firstly, I'll just give you a bit of background information about the water in Thailand. And the water that arrives at your house comes from one of two sources. Nam Badan is groundwater, and that's obtained by drilling a borehole in the ground and then pumping up water from underground aquifers. Nam Prapa is piped to your house from water treatment plants. At this house we've had both types of water. Initially the developer installed large water towers, pumped the water up to the towers and then distributed it to each house. Because the towers were quite high, there was good water pressure, the water was clean and we didn't suffer any health effects. There was quite a lot of lime, and that led to a limescale build-up in kettles and showers and things, and a few people complained about it hurting their eyes, but I thought it was fine. But then a few years ago he decided to change from the groundwater to mains water. I think the reason he changed was because he didn't want the responsibility of ensuring the water supply and cost. He was paying to maintain the system and no one was paying for their water, it was all free. The transition to mains water wasn't at all smooth. We didn't get any warning. The water went off one day and then it took about 4 days to do the work. I spent the entire 4 days driving up and down, filling bottles of water from a standpipe at the front of the development to keep our water tank full. Regarding cost, the groundwater was completely free, but the mains water isn't actually that expensive. There's 4 of us in the house, we all shower twice a day. We do laundry every 2 days. I water my plants almost every day in the hot season, and the bill is about 200 baht a month, which is about $6 US. The quality of mains water in Thailand is actually very good. It's drinking quality. The problem is that by the time it arrives at your house, it's been through several pipes that are quite questionable, and it's probably not a good idea to drink it straight from the tap. A lot of people order drinking water in bottles. I've been using one of these ceramic resin charcoal filters for about 10 years and it's been fine. The water tastes good and it hasn't caused any health problems at all. I change the filter materials every year to 18 months, but every 3 months or so the flow rate becomes very slow because the filter gets clogged and you have to go about unclogging the filter, which is what I'm going to show you today. This jug is 900 millilitres, less than a litre, and at the moment it's taking about 110 seconds to fill, which is a very long time for such a small quantity of water. The reason the filter gets blocked is simply because it's doing its job. As the ceramic filter in here filters out impurities, they clog the filter, and after every 3 or 4 months or so you have to remove all the muck from the filter. The first thing to do is to turn off the water supply, which I've already done, and then to remove these 2 screws at the top, which are on quite firmly. And once you've done that, you can remove the ceramic filter. It should be a nice white colour, but as we take it out it's probably going to be brown or black. Or let's say a sort of light brown colour, which is not good. The next thing to do is simply to scrape off the grime with a regular kitchen knife. And as we do that, you should start to see the white colour of the filter being restored as we get this brown muck off. And I normally just do it under some running water so the water takes the muck away as I do it. So here we go. And you should start to see the difference in colour. Okay, that's quite clear. So I won't bore you with this. So I'll stop the video now and resume when I've completely cleaned it. There's the finished article, and it's now ready to be reinstalled. The other time you need to do this is just after you change the filter materials. With normal use, this gets clogged about every 3 to 4 months. But because there's so much dust in the charcoal filter, when you change the filter materials, that dust will block the ceramics filter very quickly. So just after you change the filter materials, you then need to go through this process to unclog the ceramic filter. Reinstallation is quite straightforward. Just make sure that this rubber gasket on the top is still in the correct position. Place the ceramic filter back in the cylinder and then replace these 2 fixing screws on the top. I treat it a bit like a cylinder head, just doing a bit of tightening on each side, a little at a time, so there's no warping effect. You do it quite tight, otherwise you'll get leaks. I'm now going to turn the water supply back on to make sure there's no leaks. Looks fine. And now to test it, so whereas before this 900 milliliter jug was taking 110 seconds to fill, let's try it now. And that's about 10 seconds. That's a lot quicker and a lot better. I hope this has been useful. When I first got the filter, I had this problem after a few months and I had to call the shop. They sent someone round, and when I saw what he did, it was so easy. I thought, well, anyone can do this if they've got the right knowledge. And after watching this video, you should have the right knowledge. So thanks for watching.